You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Mr. Dan Farris. You guys, everybody's going to be really sad to hear they just missed choir practice. Dan and Heidi were singing in the studio.
Yes, we
pretty
were.
awesome.
It really was.
We were knocking it out of the
I'm thinking
park.
we should probably come up with some sort of choir time.
We should do an album.
Yeah, the choir hour.
Why not?
So,
I don't know why not. It's Friday. We're coming in hot here, kids.
We are.
Oh, yeah, fantastic. Loved this guy. Actor James Cagney
oh yeah.
was born this day. One of my favorite old black and white films from 1938, the film noir classic Angels with Dirty Faces.
Yeah. So he was with Cagney and Lacey too, right?
Not even close.
Oh,
Co-starring Pat O'Brien. They were best friends as youth. Jerry and Rocky were. And Rocky, of course, would take up a life of crime while Jerry went into the priesthood. It's just a great movie if you've never seen it. Angels with Dirty Faces. There you go. Phyllis Diller. Interesting backstory on Phyllis. She became almost one of the first really, female comedians.
Oh, really?
She was like cutting edge. I mean, that was an industry where it was all guys. I mean, it just was.
It was the boys' club.
She did not take that up. She did not hit the stage till she was 37 years old and the mother of 6.
Yeah.
At the
She's
time.
awesome.
She really was funny.
Interesting.
Loved her in Scooby-Doo.
But this is the big one. I wait every year for this. This is like Christmas time in my world.
Should we get ready to celebrate here?
This is. I have a designated driver and I don't drink.
I'm going to get a fistful of glitter. Here we go. I'm ready.
The Hoff has a birthday today.
David
really?
Knight Rider,
I
Baywatch.
I talked to his daughter not too long ago.
That's really exciting, John.
Taylor Hasselhoff.
You know, if I were talking to his daughter, I'd say, "Get your dad on." That's what I'd say.
What's your dad doing?
I tried.
And if you want your dose of the Hoff today, I strongly suggest this. It's got over 42 million views so far, and I just watched it again today because, again, this is a big day for me. David Hasselhoff performing a little thing called True Survivor, the theme song from one of the worst movies ever made, entitled Kung Fury. So just punch up YouTube, David Hasselhoff.
Another must-see video is of the Hoff singing when they were tearing down the Berlin Wall. He's got this awesome flashing jacket on.
I still weep openly when I watch that.
Yeah, there was
And
freedom.
it's an awesome song.
Yeah, I have to take a personal holiday when I watch
That's
that.
going to be a part of the fireworks next year, just so you know.
Maybe later tonight, I will tune that in, but I'll have a pint of Haagen-Dazs and some tissues.
It's called I've Been Searching for Freedom or something. Isn't that the song it's called? Looking for Freedom. And we do have that
Yeah, we do.
on the station.
Yeah,
so.
and this guy was looking for freedom back in 1938. You know him, you love him, Douglas. Wrong Way Corrigan.
Yay!
Takes off from New York, flying for Los Angeles, winds up in Ireland.
We've all done it.
Whoops.
Been there, done that.
1967, the Monkees fire up a concert in Forest Hills, New York.
I loved the Monkees.
Opening act, Jimi Hendrix.
Isn't that crazy?
I'll bet he was surprised.
I bet they were surprised.
I bet both bands were surprised. We want to see our agents. Not later, right now.
Probably had the same agent. That's probably how that happened.
And this was huge. I was fortunate enough to actually watch this ball game of this day in 1990. The Minnesota Twins become the first team in Major League Baseball history to turn 2 triple plays in one game.
Nice.
That is so amazing to watch.
Big deal.
They still lost the game to the Red Sox 1-0. And in case you're wondering, there is a baseball season. The Twins fire up July 24th. First pitch at 7:10. They are visiting the White Sox for a 3-game series. And as far as I can tell, the Major League Baseball season is, well, it's really like a 4-day weekend tournament.
Oh,
They're
nice.
playing, I don't know, 6 games total.
Not much.
Hard to say, but the 24th is showtime for the Minnesota Twins.
That's next Friday.
And there
So
you go.
1 week away.
That's what I know, and now you know, and now we all know, and there you go.
All know. All right. Very good. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Peck out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves to wrestle bears and lasso ducks, run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals too. If you're picking on critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Well, happy Friday in your faces there, Smalls. How's everything in Maryland? Good to see you, Juan. You're looking fantastic. Heidi!
Ranger Dan.
Heidi, this may seem a little personal, but let's do it anyway. Say, is your dad a drug dealer? Because you are totally dope. Good dope. That's the youngsters say dope. That means good.
That means good. Yeah.
Oh, kids today, no one should ever have another one. Say, let's get serious, little Radio Rangers. We're working our way through the alphabet, and boy, we've just been tooling right along on that deal. We're up to the letter S today.
Yes, okay.
There's just a whole menagerie of animals with the letter S.
Yes,
so
there is.
Keep it down because we are time sensitive, of course, on this program. Salamanders have an S.
Yep.
Sheep have an S. Salmon, or is it salmon?
Yeah.
That debate's been going on for, a good dozen years. Scorpions will kill you. And there's sailfish, which are really interesting. The sailfish, that's a pretty large fish. Now, they are slower, but much more environmentally friendly than motorized fish. Speaking of things and critters in the sea, sharks. Start with S. Sharks. Did you know there are well over 400 known species of shark?
Nice. Didn't know that.
And every single one of them either will kill you or wants to kill you. So sharks are a lot like cats. Speaking of which, an S and a cat is a snow leopard. A snow leopard is pretty interesting. It really is just a regular leopard, but a little bit colder. Then you got your sea cucumber, which I thought was pretty interesting too.
Sea cucumber.
Yeah, coming up with produce right there in the sea. Now, the sea cucumber is, it's a pretty cute little critter, but you don't see too many because what happens is they tend to get overtaken and crowded out by the sea zucchini.
I love it when Ranger Dan laughs at his own joke. You okay over there?
Hope you're writing this down, little Radio Rangers.
You're sure not.
Wrap things up with the swordfish.
Oh, yeah. Swordfish.
The swordfish is pretty fascinating. It's an awfully big fish.
Yeah.
The reason they call it a swordfish, no, sorry, I meant sawfish. Swordfish will kill you, by the way. Sawfish is an actual large fish, but it has a saw sticking out of its face, for goodness gracious sakes. It's like a big crosscut side, right off its face.
Right.
There it
Just
is.
forging ahead there. So the question becomes, little Radio Rangers, and gosh darn it, you're way ahead of me here. Can you actually cut lumber with a sword or a sawfish saw?
Yeah, I don't know.
Could you?
The answer is absolutely you can. It's a saw, goodness gracious. You're going to want to make sure that sawfish, however, is dead or at least napping before you start digging through that 2x4.
Or at least napping.
At least napping. Now, keep in mind, sawdust is man glitter.
Oh, yeah.
And child labor laws are ruining this country. Well, that's all the time we have, little Radio Rangers. Ranger Dan out. Say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for water cooler talk with Mr. Dan Farris. What do we have today, sir?
Well, compliments of Kello Television. Appreciate you guys digging in, getting this done so I can just kind of snag it and spit it back out. Sioux Falls Police. Now, this is going to hit close to home because, John, just the other day, we were talking about this off air. So, yeah, and I'm just going, wow, so this is what that is. Anyway, Sioux Falls Police have announced the other day prostitution arrest after an investigation into a massage business.
Dan was saying, hey, I've been seeing this sign for a massage. I think I might stop and
get
one.
And
I bet you're glad you didn't now.
I'm getting to that just...
Or he's sorry he didn't.
Well, the reason I brought it up is the signage confused me.
Yeah,
I thought, well, that's kind of weird, but here's the skinny. According to Sam Clemens, Sioux Falls PD spokes guy, Willie Charles Whitman, 47 years of age, of Sioux Falls, arrested Tuesday of this week without incident. Clemens says Whitman faces charges for pimping.
Wow.
After an arrest warrant was issued with a $50,000 cash bond attached to it. Police said this investigation actually began the second week in June when a caller tipped him off, seeing a campaign, or rather more than one campaign-style signs advertising Asian therapeutic massages. Signs have a number on them. And also, I believe, a 30-minute massage, there's a price, and 60-minute massage, there's a price. And there is one as of yesterday, I haven't been by but yesterday, the intersection of 26 and Marion Road, on the northwest corner, there is one of those signs.
I wonder if it's still up.
Which I saw a few days ago.
Right.
And I went, hey, that's just weird because there's no web address. There's just a phone number and it's handwritten.
It didn't seem real legit from the photos that I saw.
No, and so I brought that up to you. I said, there's like an Asian Messiah. We're both looking at each other. I'm not sure what this is about.
Yeah.
But,
usually when you have a sign, you put like a business name on there.
Or it's professionally printed.
Yeah, this was like done with a Sharpie.
Yeah, exactly. Now, police discovered a business was set up in the 900 block of South Marion Road and rented by Mr. Whitman. Police said massages were in fact being performed, however, without a license permit. And there were other services as well. Actual meetings took place at a hotel in the northwest part of the city. Fee schedule along with that when you actually got to the location about other services above and beyond.
Wow.
Massage. No other charges at this point. Clemens said police are looking to see if human trafficking is also involved, and if it's prostitution, it normally smacks of trafficking too. So
yeah.
Wow.
Good. Yeah, lock them up. Shut it down.
That's right. Get them out of here.
What I'm going to do, I'm going to go by there later today. If that sign is still 26 in Marion Road, I'm taking it.
Yeah, do it.
And then I don't know.
That'd be worth some money someday.
I'm going to walk on to Antiques Roadshow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also know the provenance of this. Here's the news story.
Yeah.
Dan, that's worthless. You liars!
That's worth something.
That's it.
I like it. Well, thank you very much for that. Coming up, we've got a bright spot of news, and our good news story today hits pretty close to home. It's a really cool story about a Sunny listener.
Oh, yes, you should.
This is super cool.
It is super. It was all over Facebook yesterday, and I just think it's really cool. Well, just stick around. We'll tell you all about it here in a bit.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for our bright spot of news, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. And this story today hits a little close to home because it has to do with Sunny Radio. But I think it is just such a fun thing. This was shared on our Facebook page yesterday. Matt Marshall is the gentleman that sent this to us through our Facebook page, so you can see what he had sent us. And there's a photo, and you can see a young man in the photo, quite a distance away from where the photo was taken.
It's a really neat picture.
And it says, every day when you play the national anthem at 8 a.m., this is my son at work. We listen to your station while working. He stops what he's doing every day to show his patriotism. He now has all of us meeting with him at 8 a.m. to do the same thing. It's a great way to get your day going. So this is just such a neat thing.
I love that.
Think back.
So
How long
much.
ago was it that we started doing the national anthem? Dan, do you remember? Was that 6 months ago, do you think?
Gosh. Yeah, it was
Somewhere around
probably beginning of the year. Yeah.
Yeah. So we had, we played it before, but it was just kind of randomly at different times throughout the day.
Right.
And we came up with this idea of let's do it every morning at the same time, at 8 o'clock.
And we do a different version of it every night right at midnight,
And
like when the old TV stations used to sign off.
And the one that we do at midnight, it's funny because when we first started doing that, I would get people that would call and they'd go, "Oh man, you freaked me out. I
thought you were signing off. Yeah.
I thought you were signing off the station."
Can a radio have a test pattern?
Yeah, for the whole night. No, it was something that we had talked about for quite a while, and just kind of the mission of our station. And at every hour you hear us say one station under God. See what we did there. And faith, freedom, and the best music of the 80s and 90s. And we thought, why can't we do this? We can do this. And it's been a really neat addition. And we had a lot of compliments from people. But it was very cool to get this photo posted yesterday. And this young man who is standing there putting his hand over his heart.
It's beautiful.
And
love it.
The favorite part for me is that the rest of the team is now doing the same thing.
I know. How great is that?
So here's what I wanted to ask. If you do this where you work as well, let us know that. Because they've been doing this a while, and they just let us know yesterday. He thought it was neat. You know what? I'm going to let them know about it. And I wonder how many other people do that.
Yeah, it's super cool.
It was really nice that they reached out and made us aware of that.
It is really cool. School Buses, Inc., that's where these guys work.
Nice.
And thank you very much for listening. And thank you to the young man who's doing this. And think about what a difference
he's made. And great job, Mom and Dad, raising a patriotic young man.
Think about what a difference he's made in the lives of all of his coworkers, too. Because, it could be really easy to just keep on working and doing your thing. But for this young man to say, hey, I'm going to stop, it takes like a minute and a half. I'm going to just be respectful. And the version that we play every morning at 8 a.m., by the way, if you tune in right now and you never catch what's happening coming up at 8, it's I think, the very best version of the national anthem.
I agree completely.
Ever.
Best one ever performed, Whitney Houston.
Yeah, it is fantastic. So anyway, hats off to this young man and to the family. And this has been our Bright Spot of News, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at marketbeatminute.com. That's marketbeatminute.com. Time now for entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Hey, come on, celebrities are fabulous. They're all singing and dancing and acting and doing really cool stuff that you and I will never be capable of doing, apparently. I love this, man. This is right in my wheelhouse. You're familiar with the Bachelor franchise?
Heard of him, yeah.
The Bachelor. Do you know, combined, that thing's run about 40 seasons.
Holy cow.
Of its two flagship dating shows, and also has spawned a number of spin-offs, such as Bachelor in Paradise, a little bit raunchier Bachelor Pad, to a romantic singing competition show, and even a Winter Olympics-inspired series a while back. All of those shows have one thing in common, which is the cast members are typically in their 20s, and they are gorgeous.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mentioned that it was kind of being kicked around in some boardroom somewhere a few months back. Well, now it looks like it's going to be the real thing, and they're putting it out there as The Bachelor for Baby Boomers.
Oh.
It's basically Bachelor for Gummers.
Yeah.
The cast will be, elderly. Whatever that is considered these days. I don't even know anymore.
Who wants to watch that?
Oh, you know what? For the right people, I think it would be really a fun thing to watch. I bet there are a lot of people who could relate to them more so than these 20-somethings.
So it'll be folks primarily over 60, I'm guessing.
No, not necessarily.
That's, boomers, boomer generation is, I am a boomer. I am a boomer. I think the cutoff point is 1963 or 4, right in there, mid-60s. Ends the baby boomer generation. So the youngest of the boomers would have been born in the early 60s.
But I mean, as far as the people watching it, I bet it's going to be younger people.
I don't know, because I got to stretch the thing out an hour, And how much time can you fill with people going, huh? It's 4:30. Get the keys. The buffet's open.
I don't think it's going to be.
Where's the remote? Matlock.
I doubt that's going to be who's on the show.
I'm just speculating, John. That's all the details I have.
Because I know people who are in their 60s and some even in their 70s that act way younger. And, they go out and do stuff. They put me to shame because I'm boring compared to them. So I'm just saying. Just talking.
It'll be interesting. I won't watch it. I mean, that doesn't sound like... But I don't watch The Bachelor either. So it's not like this is geared towards me. But I won't watch it.
So our interview today for the regular program is John Schneider. He's 60. He just turned 60. Mm-hmm. So would he fit in this category?
I would imagine so.
And I'm watching single.
I'm watching videos. I don't think he's single, but I'm watching videos for his big shindig he's doing this weekend, and he's in pretty darn good shape. He even has like a fitness routine that he's selling folks. So if there are other guys and ladies out there that have taken good care of themselves like he has, I could see a cool.
Well, I'm going to follow this and wait for the actual casting calls for this because this could revitalize my career being a washed-up childhood star.
You could be on the show.
Dan, mm-hmm. Dan,
we already have photos from that pageant.
We do have photos. Yes. Submit some glossies. Because I love that. Well, I know how my scenes would look. It would be, here comes the Bachelor type single woman. Hey, Dan, blah, 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 blah. And I'd be going, I'm watching the game.
Make me a sandwich.
And I'd kind of like to hear it too. So that'd be awesome. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you. Love you.
Grab a rose on your way out.
He's got a 5-gallon bucket of roses. Everybody just gets a rose. Just
Hobby Lobby having a sale or something. That'd be great.
Oh, boy.
So we'll keep you posted.
Dan, thank you very much for that report.
My pleasure.
It is the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, July 17th, 2020. Equities markets are proving their resilience in the face of what's going to be a bad earnings report season. The average S&P 500 company is expected to see its earnings decline more than 40% in the quarter, marking the worst contraction on record. The news supporting the markets is signs that second quarter results and outlook for the end of the year are not as bad as feared. The S&P 500 pulled back a bit from its freshly set high on Thursday, but otherwise posted a quiet day of trading. While there are signs the earnings season will not be as bad as anticipated, the market is not out of the woods yet. Less than 15% of the index has reported, and the bulk of the reporting season is still ahead of us. Friday's earning calendar is light, but next week things change. Next week is not the busiest week of the season, but not far off with over 100 names reporting. If the index is going to keep moving higher, we should know by the end of next week. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com.